There is no life without passion. There is no true life, true living in this plane, in this physical plane, without passion. It's like you hear of the Passion of the Christ, ooh, you know, or the movie even. It's like Jesus' final days, the passion. It's like the torture. But, you know, passion has, the definition has changed over time. And, you know, they say in manifestation videos and the law of attraction and stuff like that, it's like, follow your passion, follow your excitement. And this is kind of tied to my feelings video, guys, because the passion is your intuition manifesting in the physical through feelings, through excitement, through, oh my God, how amazing is this life? How amazing is this life? How awe-inspiring. It's like, I don't see it, Darius. It's not that amazing for me. Okay. If you say so. I like saying that, if you say so. If you insist, then you're not ready to step into the passionate life. You see someone with passion who's just like unapologetically themselves, authentic as hell. You're like, what business, what right do you have to just be so okay with yourself that you can just express yourself however you feel in a moment? You see someone like that, it's like, wow, that spark. They got that special something. I was watching, I like cooking shows, you know? I like Master Chef and Hell's Kitchen and stuff, especially I like Gordon Ramsay. And I like Master Chef. So last night I'm watching the newest season of Master Chef, okay? And there's this Mexican woman on there. In the first few episodes, I don't know, I haven't watched much more than that. Her name is Asu, okay? And she's so ridiculously passionate in how she expresses herself. Even if she's conditioned on some levels, even if she's still tapped into that illusory part, that passionate side of her shines through in this unapologetic way. She's amazing. I'm like laughing hysterically at watching her because I'm like, wow, she gets it. Even if she might not get all of the spiritual shit that I ever talk about, she gets it. And you can find your way through that portal, guys. You can. The feeling, passion, the intuition, the physical, like I say, representation of your intuition. You can find it that way. There's not just one path to God or realization. There's many. That's why in the yogic traditions, it's like you can be a karma yogi, you can be a jnana yogi, you can be a kriya yogi, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Kriya yoga is just like a whole different branch of lineage from Babaji down, okay? But I'm saying these are different aspects of devotion, of sincere trying and seeking, and physical expressions and manifestations of what devotion and God's self looks like in this physical manifestation that we're just temporarily here for. And what happens is that we get lost, obviously, in our little stories, in our little egoic thing, that we don't see the grand tapestry of the amazingness of life. We don't. How could you? How could you? In one of my previous videos, I talk about how this guy goes up to Jesus and he's like, you know, I want to follow you, something like this. It's like, I'm paraphrasing. I want to follow you, but like my dad died or a family member died and like I have to bury him. And he's like, let the dead bury the dead. Okay? What is he pointing to? He's saying that anybody that's not awakened, that's not living the passionate life, that's not living the good news, that's not acknowledging the kingdom of heaven within, that they're dead. That they're zombies. I like saying zombies because we can relate to it in this physical reality right now, right? We have The Walking Dead, right? Like the show. We have all these zombie apocalypse movies, right? It's like lights on, but nobody's home, right? How many people you go see on social media, lights on, but nobody's home, aligned with The fear aligned with the illusion. So what happens is, over time, when you cover yourself up with this muck, with this karmic muck, with this baggage, it's mostly mental, you become dead over time to yourself. The little kid in you, right? Like, be like children. The little kid, the little awe-inspired inner child you that's with you your whole life, the curiosity, the expression, the I'm just how I am and I just don't know any other way to be. That gets covered up, and it's an imposter that comes in and settles in, the illusion, the devil, okay? But you can use this passion. You can use this feeling. It ties back into my feelings video, guys. It's like you feel. It's like you're so fucking infinite, man. I can't tell you how infinite you are. I can't. It's something you have to realize for yourself. How expansive you are. How infinitely powerful you are. Motherfuckers out here got no clue. No clue. I can't do this. I hate it here. Whiny bitch. Live your most expressive, passionate life. Live it. Live it. There's no fear in this place. You're so merged with this present moment. How can there be fear? How can there be? The mind's not coming in and fucking with you, labeling shit and making it fearful. You're just, oh, right? Hallelujah shit. That you listen to music, you watch a movie, it inspires you, it moves you. It takes you to new heights. You listen to like a Gregorian chant. Oh my fucking God. Makes me cry sometimes. Like, guys, sometimes when I'm watching like movies or shows, I just like spontaneously start crying because I feel so much. It overloads me. And it's not like, oh, I'm crying, my life sucks. No, it's not like that. It's like this divine appreciation for God and life. How fucking inspiring is that? That you see something and you're like, I have that. And so many people lost. And they don't know how truly magnificent they are. And all this pain and all this suffering. The passion, the feeling, the emotion. Darius, you're getting emotional. Well, how can you not? How can you not? At what point did you cut yourself off from yourself and made yourself dead inside? That you're a fucking zombie and you have no clue that you are that. That everyone else out there it's like the physical representation of bliss itself. It is the fire that burns. It's very potent. It's very like fucks shit up. It's very I don't care. But I care very sincerely. How paradoxical. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think of how I express myself in this passionate place that I am, that flows out of me. I don't care. I stopped caring a long time ago. It may be like relatively, it's not a long time ago, but it feels like a long time ago to me. This place I've entered into where like just time has shifted into this whole other, there's no interpretation of time most of the time for me. It's like days can go by and it can feel like weeks or years. It's like If I could only describe it to you guys. It's like when I think about Jesus and like his ministry, they don't really, like in the academic Bible community, they haven't reached a consensus on how long they think his ministry lasted. Based on John, there were 3 Passovers, so maybe he was around for 3 years after his awakened self is like, ministering. Maybe it was 1 year, maybe it was 2 years, maybe it was a year and a half, maybe it was 2.5, who knows, okay? And it's like, wow, that's a short time if you think about it. Jesus only got to experience that portion of his life for 3 years. And what you guys don't get is that 3 years to Jesus was 3,000 years to Jesus. Everyone in their lives now, because we're waiting and trying to get to this next thing, you're foregoing this current moment all the time, okay? And then you enter into this very time-based place, past and future, and you're oscillating between those things. And what you're doing is you're trying to kill time until you get to something better all the time. And because you recognize that everything is better all the time in this present moment, there's no time that you're trying to kill. You're fully accepting this. And then out of that portal is this bubbling, passionate, creative, inspirational self, this magnetic self. So whether I live another 2 days or another 2 years or another 20 years, it's irrelevant. Because time is eternal. Time is one. It's like, even as you transition from this physical plane into the great beyond and then maybe reincarnate again, right? It's so infinite and just expansive in layers of consciousness that like the only thing that comes in that you get afraid of your own physical death and your own physical illusory, like a scary mind, the mind comes in and labels it as something. When you have let go of the mind and you only use it when it needs to be brought in, when you've rooted it in itself, then like you're just awareness, consciousness merged with the one, and there's no time and there's no fear. And it's like there's nothing, you're not even wondering about your death. You're too busy, like I say, living. Passionately living, right? It's like, what are you saying, Darius? Like all these spiritualists, they don't look very passionate. It's like, you guys, the bliss merged state is the passion. It's like the moment you express it physically with words or physicality, it becomes passionate, right? It's enacted in the physical. What do you think the creative arts are, man? What do you think art is? It's the most divine expression. It's the most divine expression of art, of passion, of humanity that we are. That's why we're here. It's like you can't experience the level of passion that we have here in the beyond. You can't, because you're not incarnated physically. You don't feel the same way up there, guys. And so it's like some spiritual branches and teachings and religions are like, deny your feelings, deny your desires, deny these things. And it's like your feelings and your desires, they're illusory. Yes, on some level, on a very base level, they are, if you lose yourself in it. But, like I say, zoom out, realize all of that stuff, and then come back in, and now it's so much more full that you can't help but spontaneously cry at this song that just moves you, or a movie, or anything, right? Like, guys, it's in sex, it's in lovemaking, that passion, that intimacy, that's what it is. You want to become the best lover for your lover, for your partner. You must be passionate. You must sincerely be yourself authentically. You must be vulnerable. You must be open. And then it's not about humping, I'm trying to get off. It's not that. It's a sensual expression of the physical with another. And how magnificent that is. The most powerful physical portal that we possess, and we don't know. That's what Tantra is trying to get you guys to understand. The passion. The sincere passion that moves you, that animates you, that flows through you, that fucks shit up, that pushes boundaries, destroys boundaries. that makes the mind recede into itself. It's just too busy flowing that the mind just can't come in and interrupt it. It's like so bizarre. It's like the mind is trying to come in all the time and just no, I can't. Fuck you. Fuck you, mind. I don't like you sometimes. Sometimes you're amazing. Sometimes you have like great suggestions. But sometimes you're a bitch and I don't like you. And I very, very willingly and fully recognize that you're not me. You're not the me. You're part of me. You're small. You're like 0.001% of me. You guys don't, it's like the mind's so powerful. Look at the science and look at the this and the that. Look at the logic, look at the philosophy, look at the psychology, look at the, anything. Oh my God, the mind is so powerful. It's nothing compared to the everything of the intuition and the passion. People don't know. They don't know. It's like you're so condescending there as you think you know. Hey, guys, when you see it, you know it. It's like, it's it. There's no arguing. There's no arguing with this shit, man. I tried to argue with it my whole life. I tried to get triggered. I tried to the mind's always getting triggered. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. Oh, really? Okay, well, waste your time debating it. And while you're wasting a day, an hour, 25 minutes, 25 years debating, this other person that's passionate about their lives, they're living. And you're dead. You're dead. You think you're super witty. You think you're super funny with your memes and shit, right? And memes are cool. I like memes. I'm not saying, but you think it's all on Reddit, there's a subreddit called Me IRL, okay? And it's all just mental masturbation of memes. People, woe is me, oh, life sucks. Look at how life sucks. Doesn't it suck, guys? Yeah, it sucks. Oh, yeah, it sucks. There's no passion there. It's an entire victim mentality subreddit. And some of it's hilarious because you can identify let's say you've woken up out of your victimhood. You can look back on it and laugh at it. You're like, oh yeah, how silly that I was bought into that. And you're not condemning. You're not like, oh, what a piece of shit was I? How guilty and shameful. No. It's like you recognize how beautiful it needed to be. It is beautiful, that Me IRL subreddit. It's beautiful. It's an aspect of the grand consciousness. It's all beautiful. But it's also illusory, right? These memes, and it's always just mocking and cynical and sarcastic and whatever. That's all the mind can be. And then if you're super authentic and passionate and feeling, it's cringe because you're triggering someone else's inauthenticity and it's too much for them to handle in that moment. And they're like, right? Weak shit. It's weak. It's weak. And so that's why the majority of the modern spiritual community, new age stuff is kind of weak, because you don't need a lot to really find yourself. Just a couple things: the meditation, the prayer, and then the true inspirational feeling and mergeness that gets you there, man. The light that you are. You just expand into it. And everything else is honestly mental masturbation after a while. I have to ground myself. I'm already grounded. But the electrons don't flow through your feet if you don't ground yourself and earth yourself, Darius. It's like, you have no clue. Have you ever seen the studies on someone where they, like a yogi or a Buddhist monk, where they attach stuff to their brain and they look at their mind while they're meditating? And you're gonna tell me that electrons aren't flowing through you and that you're not expanding, that you're not automatically by default grounding and earthing yourself through the meditation and the prayer, and it's actually more powerful because you're willingly opening yourself up, you're aligning. It's like if you're unconscious and then you go and you earth, you're not receiving the full totality. But when you consciously sit down and choose it, you open your heart, you open your mind, you're aligning the chakras, and it's flowing. And it's in you, and it just dislodges everything. And then now your passionate self emerges. So I don't need to do any one thing, any specific technique or practice. I just am. And in that amness, I am God itself. So how could I not be energetically electrons flowing through me and supercharging me up? You get into this place where you don't need to sleep as much, you don't need to eat as much, you don't need to, like, it's like you become a supercharged human, the best version of yourself. It's very weird. If you guys start fasting, you'll notice it too. You know, like lately I've been doing alternate day fasting over the past year. And like on the days that I don't eat, it's almost like I'm so wired that like I sometimes don't need to go to bed like when I'm used to going to bed. I'll go on like 4 or 5 hours of sleep and I'm just like, it's like I go to sleep and then I wake up and it's like, boof, I'm like so awake just after 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And I'm like, I used to need 8 or 9 hours of sleep, man, just to feel even somewhat rested. It's like something becomes alive in you through the fasting. And it's also, guys, it's also my own realization awakening that like is also part of that too. When you start incorporating all of these aligned elements with you, but there's no one specific technique that holds the truth, you know? It's like eating meat is good and not eating meat is good, and you know, carnivore and vegan, and it's like your body is beautifully designed to handle whatever kind of food and make use of it. It is the over consumption, the immoderate state of consuming something that gets you out of balance and makes you start feeling sluggish and feeling like shit. And if you guys want a quick way of like purging yourself, then do some fasting, you know, just to cleanse yourself a little bit. But it's not needed. Because like when you start stepping into the full energy, the full passion, the full inspiration, the full magnetism of your true being spark, it like almost, what's the word? It gives ability, like it like, it just makes the body more efficient in what it's doing, the processes. The energy's flowing, it's open. How could it not? The circulation, the nervous system, all these things, like how we label things like scientifically now through anatomy and stuff. It's like the energetic substrata of your physical is so aligned and flowing that it's just rejuvenating and giving life to these things, and it opens you up. And you start feeling better, and you start seeing more clearly, and you start having more energy, and you start feeling more rooted in yourself, and you're just like, okay, it's nice. Guys, and I talk about this passion, right? It's the highlights. You know, I'm not out here yelling and screaming and like, woo, all the time like I do on my videos, and I'm very forceful. I'm not like that all the time. The base layer is always there. The bliss is always there, okay? But I'm not constantly forcing and needing to express it. There's a balance in that too. Or else you start doing it all the time and now you're fucking insane. Now you gotta be locked up in the psych ward because you're just too damn fucking expressive. You're manic, you know, you're psychotic. It's like you have to recognize the parameters and the boundaries of people too, you know, while also not, it's like there's a balance within how much I'm gonna push a boundary in the physical, like when I'm out and about, you know, I'm not gonna like hide, I'm not gonna feel uncomfortable and insecure, but I'm also not gonna just like try and force things for the sake of forcing them. You see what I mean? It's just nice. It's just nice. It feels good. And that's all we want, to feel good. Like, I don't know. If I have the option between feeling good and feeling like crap, feeling really, really crappy all the time, which one am I gonna consciously choose? See, the thing is that like you can't consciously choose the good. because you're so mired in the hell, in the badness, that it's fully masked everything in you. And it'll get you glimpses. The glimpses are there to get you to notice, like, oh, I can temporarily feel okay. God's giving you those glimpses, those little morsels of goodness. You know, you're not fully demon possessed, are you? No. The demon possessed, there's no light that gets in. There's no light that gets in. That's what the full envelopment of hell embodied is, the possessed person. It's weird because like I wasn't talking about possessed people in like my first videos, right? Like the first, I don't know, 30 videos is often. It's like the last handful of videos I've been talking about possession, right? I don't know, it's weird. It's weird how like I shift topics and word choices and stuff through my videos. And that's the mind coming in and noticing little idiosyncrasies that like, oh, I'm making sense of it. It doesn't matter. It just comes out however it needs to come out. You're not, and then I say you're a zombie. You're dead inside. You might take it personally. You feel attacked. I don't like you calling me out, Darius. Who the fuck do you think you are? You think you know where I'm at on my spiritual journey, making assumptions and judgments about me. You judgy fuck, right? You guys don't get it. 99% of people, if not more, are in this state that is lost and dead inside on some level. If you're not fully there, if you're not fully realized, there is some aspect of dead inside. That's what I mean by removing the muck, the dead, the carcass. And then like when I'm labeling it dead and carcass and shit, it makes it very physical. It's not physical, mostly. It's not. It's very fleeting, illusory, like you're trying to grasp for it. You can't do that. There's no grasping at this shit. That's why it fucks with you. That's why it's so hard to see it. It's like, I want to see, it's like hard to see it until you see it. It's hard to, it's like, or you've had the awakening, you've had the glimpses into the realization, and you're like, oh, I remember that. So you stored it away in your mind, and then your current self is looking at its past self, and it's like, oh, I know that feeling, inspiration. I know that true sight. And then you can relate to it. Someone that's never heard of anything that I'm ever talking about, if you give them this video, they're not going to know. There's no frame of reference. There's no, that's why there is a base level of spiritual teachings and like mental construct stuff that needs to be built up a little bit so that you can, like the words, right? Consciousness and like the big words, right? If you haven't come across those before and understand what they're trying to represent, so I'm saying, man, like the intellect is needed. Your logic is needed. The mind is needed. Okay, you're not trying to get rid of it ever. That's why you're not. It's like there's this illusory thing where like you have to get rid of the ego. The ego's bad. It's like no, the ego is just your conditioned self. Okay, like I mentioned how in like my previous video or two or whatever, where I talk about how like the sports teams, right? That's part of your conditioned self, right? Like, so for me, I'm a fan of a team, right? Like, let's say the Chicago Cubs. I love the Cubs, right? Go Cubs. Go Bears. Go Bulls, right? Go Blackhawks, right? I'm from Chicago, so I have a tie to that. That's a part of my conditioned self. That's a part of my ego. Now, if I say, get rid of the ego, totally. It's like, what do you think? I can't like those sports. I can't like anything in the physical, because the ego is a physical representation. It's the mirror, right? It's the mirror in the mind of the physical. It's the exact replica, right? Words, a tree. Well, the word tree is in your mind. That's the replica of the tree, of the thing that you think is a tree, which is obviously more than a tree, but we just label it that way, right? So me being a fan, rid of that. It's always going to be in me. I'm always going to have an affinity for the Cubbies, man. I love them, okay? But I'm not losing myself and thinking it's me. It's not, if I miss a Cubs game, if I don't watch the Bulls ever again, I'm not gonna, oh my God, oh, there's this torturous thing. You see what I'm saying? You transcend the ego. You don't get rid of it. You use the ego, right? It helps you relate. How, like my ego, my mind, my labels, my conditioning helps me relate to yours. It's on that plane so that it can be related to you through words and shit, right? Language. So you're not ever getting rid of it. Make peace with that. I have to go beyond the mind. I have to go beyond. Yeah, you do. You do have to zoom out. But what you're doing really is making it quiet. You're not destroying it. There's no destroying it. Ever. It's always there, ready to be used. And then when you do choose to use it, or it just spontaneously comes up to be used because it knows, because your intuition just pops it up, now how much more potent and efficient and wonderful is it? How much more creative, how much more like magnetic is that one thought? That's why the mind is the very powerful tool. Like I say, it's using you. Okay, it's using you. You want your intuition to be using you. You want your passion, your fire to be using you. And then the mind comes in as needed. As needed. If it's not needed, it doesn't need to come up. Like, I'll sit in my room, I'll sit in wherever, and I'm not thinking, I'm just looking. I'm just breathing. I'm just experiencing, I'm sensing, I'm like physical but not physical at the same time. And how like wonderful is that like freedom, that I'm not trapped by this thing tormenting me, traumatizing me at every turn. Past, trauma, and always filtering yourself through that lens where you can't be your passionate, authentic self. Because it's like, what is that? What is that? Hiding yourself. No, don't hide. There's nowhere to hide. Because God sees you. You see what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, you can hide yourself from another individual that's incarnated in this physical. You can. But you're never hiding yourself from the one. Ever. There's no thought, there's no feeling, there's no emotion, there's nothing in you that's ever hidden. It's all known because you're merged with it. How could it not know? It's too big for words. You know how like people have a hard time articulating their feelings and their emotions? It's too big for words, man. I just say I'm sad. You know what sadness is, but like you don't really know that true essence of that shade of sadness that person may be going through, the degrees of it. So you add some more words in, okay, describe your sadness. It's like, oh, you're never really getting it. It's all chasing it. Like you never can get there. Expression, man. Passion. That's where it's at. The moment that I stop being passionate, the moment that I stop being inspired by life, I might as well just go. Like for real, man. And that's why people tend towards suicide, tend towards the dark night of like hell and wanting to end it. Because you have lost that spark, that passion, that like, oh, wow, you've lost that. You know? It's like I'm part, it's weird with these videos, I'm part motivational speaker and I'm part like spiritual teacher. It's just like, they're the same. They're the same. How can you not be motivated and inspired and just like wanting to like participate and do? That's what you're here for. That's why you incarnated. There's no getting around that. You're here. Make the most of it.